The one simple technique to master your emotions, sexual transmutation. Hello everyone, and welcome to Male Wisdom. In this video, I will show you an effortless technique to help you master your emotions. Emotions can be potent, sometimes they can get the best of us. This technique will help you take control of them and use them to your advantage. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future. So without further ado, let's jump into it. In our daily lives, we are constantly making judgments about the things we encounter. We attribute meaning to everything, based on our personal experiences and beliefs. However, it is essential to remember that these meanings are not inherent in the things themselves. Instead, they are our interpretations of them. If we lay our thinking minds aside for a moment, we will discover that nothing is essentially good or bad. It is only through our perspective that we give things value. This is not to say that our judgments are meaningless, they serve an essential purpose in helping us navigate the world. However, it is necessary to be aware of their limitations. In life, it is easy to get caught up in the your mind is constantly thinking, trying to make sense of everything around you and attribute meaning to it. However, if you take a step back and lay your thinking mind aside for a moment, you will realize that nothing is essentially good or bad. It is all neutral. It is only our thoughts and perceptions that give things meaning. For example, let's say you fail a test. A negative review might tell you that you're stupid and worthless. But if you step back and examine the situation objectively, you'll see that failing a test doesn't make you foolish or weak. It's just an event that happened. The same goes for positive events. Getting a promotion at work doesn't make you a great person. It's just an event that occurred. So next time you find yourself getting caught up in your thoughts, take a moment to step back and observe neutrally. See things as they are, without the filters of your thoughts and emotions. When we allow ourselves to be open to new perspectives, we may discover that the things we once thought were bad can be pretty good. It is often said that suffering is simply psychological. In other words, it is our mindset that causes us to suffer. While it is true that pain is physical, it is our resistance to anything that causes pain that leads to suffering. We can see this in our everyday lives. When faced with a difficult situation, we may feel overwhelmed and stressed. We may want the case to end so badly that we suffer because of its presence. However, if we can learn to accept the pain and embrace the challenge, we can find strength and resilience that we never knew we had. It is often through suffering that we grow the most as individuals. So next time you face a difficult situation, remember that suffering is only psychological. And try to see the silver lining in every cloud. However, not realizing that everything we oppose continues, this is not to suggest that we accept all of life's terrible occurrences and circumstances. No, because we are decisive manifestos, we can change them. We all have disbeliefs, things we find hard to believe or don't fit our worldview. When something doesn't check, we often try to deny, ignore or change it. This is because cognitive dissonance, the state of having contradictory thoughts, is uncomfortable. Our brain wants to reduce dissonance by rejecting new information or reinforcing old beliefs. But this means we can live in a self-created bubble, insulated from alternative viewpoints and new ideas. Research has shown that people better at managing cognitive dissonance are more likely to be open-minded and successful. So it's essential to learn how to deal with dissonance healthily. The next time you find yourself resisting new information, ask yourself why. Try to be open to the idea that you might be wrong. It's not easy, but it can help you see reality more clearly and arbitrate it more effectively. It is happening through you rather than to you. When you respond adversely and emotionally to an occurrence, you express that it is genuine by focusing all your attention on it. So it sticks with you and haunts you for far longer than it should, and it inspires other incidents like it. Many people go through life reacting to the events that happen to them. They allow the circumstances to dictate their emotions and their actions. However, what they don't realize is that they are the ones who assign meaning to the events. They are the ones who decide whether an event is good or bad, positive or negative. If they can learn to be neutral to the events that occur, then they can deny those events any power over them. The events will no longer control their emotions or their actions. Instead, they will be in control. They will be able to focus on their ideal reality and make it a reality. You can see that your attention is your reality manifestation currency, no matter where you place it. You create it, thus, how you spend this currency determines your life. So mastering emotions is as essential as comprehending reality. It is about rejecting anything outside of yourself and always depending on your inner strength to ascribe. Do you believe Elon Musk is being too rational and optimistic? How many times have you heard someone say that they knew they were going to succeed, even when everyone else thought they were crazy? Or that they just had a feeling that things were going to work out, even when all the evidence pointed to the contrary? Chances are, you've heard this kind of thing more times than you can count. And there's a reason for that. People who achieve success often have a different interpretation of reality than ordinary people. Successful people don't see failure as failure but as part of the process. They don't let their circumstances dictate their interpretation of what is happening. They interpret their events in a way that allows them to keep moving forward. In other words, successful people don't allow themselves to be limited by their own biases and preconceptions. They are constantly looking for new and innovative ways to interpret reality. So, the next time you find yourself doubting your ability to achieve success, remember that successful people aren't always entirely objective about their stories. But that doesn't mean their stories are any less true, it just means that they see things in a different light. And who knows? If you're open to interpreting reality in a new way, maybe you'll find that success isn't as elusive as you thought it was. It is simply a stepping stone to more extraordinary achievement. Remember to skew your reality in your favor. Remember to interpret everything through the lens of self-love. Remove any idea that empowers the negative state. Forgive someone who wrongs you, otherwise, be neutral and move away. Your time is too valuable to devote to just one person. That doesn't even matter to you. Focus your concentration on what you truly desire to experience or have. Because our reality reflects who we are on the inside, if we do not react to unpleasant circumstances, they will contract and become less and less. As you develop in consciousness, most individuals become fixated on the facts of life, such as, he did me wrong, the government is ripping us off, or my ex cheated. All of this is true, but you must decide whether you want to continue suffering or enjoy your life, because guess what? Focusing your attention on the unfortunate truth creates it in your life again. Do not squander a moment in remorse, as Neville Goddard observed, because thinking deeply about past mistakes is a sure way to reinfect yourself. You see, it's not about what's real or false, it's about what you want to experience, and holding on to that resentment is hurting you. As a result, it is always about us, not them. It is always about your internal and external worlds. You shape the exterior, so focus on what you desire while remaining neutral to the so-called true truths of life. People stuck in life's realities will never be able to move on. Because the more you concentrate on facts, the more evidence you will find to support your position. Then the game goes on, rising beyond the facts and recognizing that you are the one who provides meaning to things and happenings. Be biased to your story and interpret how it fits your account. Emotional management will become easier with time. It takes practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll notice that things don't bother you as much. You will feel inner strength and control, even though we have no control over anything but our attention. We are letting go of our phony sense of control over the shadow world we perceive and focusing just on regulating our attention. And the shadow world will automatically adjust to our focus. So the one technique to being an emotional master is to dominate your attention. Be prejudiced and pay attention. Don't squander it, and everything will become more apparent. Have you ever noticed that when you are feeling down, everything around you seems to reflect that energy back to you? Alternatively, when you are in a good mood, it looks like the whole world is smiling at you. This phenomenon is not just a coincidence, it is evidence that we shape our reality through our thoughts and emotions. Our inner state constantly influences the events and circumstances we experience in life. In other words, life is happening through us rather than to us. This may sound like a difficult concept to grasp at first, but it is pretty simple. Our perceptions create our reality, so whatever we focus on becomes our reality. We will attract more negativity into our lives if we focus on negativity. However, focusing on positive thoughts and emotions will create a positive reality for ourselves. The next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, remember that you have the power to shape your reality. Choose to focus on the positive and watch as your reality changes for the better. Now, this may seem like an odd topic, but trust me, it's something that we can all benefit from learning. Most of us care too much about things that don't matter, and it ends up ruining our lives. We get wrapped up in drama, stress out over little things, and let others control our emotions. But it doesn't have to be this way. There is a better way to live your life, and that's by mastering non-reaction. Check out my latest video, where I talked about the art of not caring. You will surely learn a lot from it.